Is it over? Is he done? Was last year just a fluke? Will this season be different? Will we ever see Russ cook again? Can Russell Wilson bounce back? That is the $1 million question. Well, that was like $6 million questions. But at any rate, can Russell Wilson bounce back? It's what everybody's wondering. And the outcome of the upcoming 23 season could potentially flip the AFC on its head, or it could send the Denver Broncos franchise into an abyss of misery. Let's discuss. Let's discuss Russell Wilson and what is in store for us and the 2023 Broncos. Let's get it. Russell Wilson was 27th in quarterback rating, 27th in overall passer rating. The Broncos were last in points per game, and they were easily one of the three most unwatchable teams in the NFL last year. They couldn't move the football for anything. They couldn't run it. They couldn't block. Players were fed up. Stories were coming out about, dudes aren't loving how Russ is acting like in the locker room. The coaching was abysmal. The fans were over it. They were chanting down the play clock so that they wouldn't get hit with delay of games. It was a nightmare. I'm not even a Broncos fan, and I can only imagine. Russell Wilson came in with a lot of hype, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Going into last year, he came in with a lot of hype because he was legitimately one of the 6 or 7 best quarterbacks in the NFL for a long stretch of years. Russell Wilson, at his peak Seahawk days, was amazing. One of those quarterbacks that you could never count out ever, that you never wanted to bet against, because his team is going to be in it at the end of the game, and it's because of him. He would defy the odds. He would overcome adversity, overcome bad pass protection, overcome so-so receiving cores, overcome bad defenses. He overcame all of that and brought over via trade in the 2022 offseason and given a massive contract extension before he even played a game for the Broncos. Russell Wilson was brought in to save the franchise from quarterback hell, truly, because for the last, probably since they won the Super Bowl, they've been desperately looking for not even just a great quarterback, like just an average one. And Russ sadly couldn't even provide that for them. It was really bad. His accuracy regressed. The pocket presence heavily regressed. And he's just not as elusive as a scrambler like he once was. It's like his reading of defenses fell off. He was taking checkdowns when he shouldn't have been. He was missing open receivers. Like, he regressed as a quarterback last year. Even outside of, the coaching and the play calling and the protection, as a quarterback, he was a much worse player. And that worries me. That worries me. To trying to be, optimistic about if Russ can be the old Russ again. Now the hope is that new head coach of the Broncos, Sean Payton, one of the best head coaches that we've had in the last 20 plus years. Offensive genius, scored 1,000,000 points, him and Drew Brees, for over a decade in New Orleans, always having top 10 offenses and explosive passing games. The hope is that Sean Payton can fix Russell Wilson and get him back to what he used to be as a quarterback. Sean Payton he's had Drew Brees forever, but he made it work with, Taysom Hill. He's made it work with Teddy Bridgewater. He's made it work with Jameis Winston even for a little bit. If anyone can fix Russell Wilson, it is Sean Payton. And they've given Sean a bunch of money, a long-term contract. He's going to be there. So if Russ cannot get right with Sean Payton as his head coach, the weapons are there. They brought in some guys for the offensive line to bolster that up a little bit. The running game should be better. I'm not sure if Javonte Williams is going to be good to go for the beginning of the season. Let's hope he is, because I love Javonte when he's out there, bro. He's great at breaking tackles. He's got awesome vision. I love that dude. But anyway, if Sean can't fix Russell Wilson, then he is truly a broken man, and they've got to find something to do, because that is a massive contract. Nobody's trading for that guy. Well, you know what? I don't want to say that, because we say that a lot, that nobody's trading for somebody with a bad contract. If they got a history of playing well, some foolish team is going to trade. Is going to trade for that guy. Some team will trade for him, but like before you even go down that road, it's still very, very plausible that Russ can have a bounce back season. He could be an MVP candidate. The Broncos could be incredible. They could win the division because they have the talent. They certainly have the talent on that team to overcome the Chiefs and to win that division and go to the AFC Championship game. They definitely have that upside if Russ can get back to what he was. Now, the people who are still holding on for dear life that Russ can be incredible, I don't blame you at all, because he did still have moments, and there were still some throws, there were some games even where he looked like a little bit like his old self again. Like, he was pretty good in both Kansas City games, for sure. There was a big throw, I remember week 1, there was a big throw to Jerry Jeudy. Like, Russ, he can still a little bit. There's still something there. And that's what Denver's hoping they can just get all of that good stuff and get all of the bad stuff just out. The pieces are there. The pieces are there. You got a pretty good wide receiver duo, Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton. The offensive line has been rebuilt. They brought in Mike McGlinchey from San Francisco. You've got a head coach who is slandering people in interviews to save your name and to boost you up and boost your confidence. It's all there for you, Russ. I believe that you can be great again. I also can believe that you're not what you used to be, and you might be close to a bottom 5 quarterback. I can believe both. Neither outcome would surprise me. I hope for the best always, because I want to see as many great quarterbacks as possible. But from what I saw last year, we will see. We will see. And I hope because I've always enjoyed Russell Wilson, and I hope that he can bounce back. I would hate to, we clamored and screamed for years to let Russ cook. Pete Carroll was holding him back. Turns out Pete Carroll was protecting us from who the real Russell Wilson was. I don't want Wilson to go out like that because I've always liked Wilson. I got a jersey right there. I got a Wilson jersey right there. I love Russell Wilson. I would hate to see him go out like that. So prove us wrong. Prove me wrong. Show us that you're great, Russ, because we want to see it. Because again, like I said, this team have the pieces to be a championship contender. They do. It's why they paid Russ all that money. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. This is a make or break year for Russell Wilson for sure. And let me know what you guys think. I will be coming back. With more videos. Just be patient with me. I'm trying to fight through all this stuff to keep the videos coming. I got y'all. Don't worry. If you did enjoy this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will be out. I will be out with some more content. All right, got y'all. This has been Playoff Don. Peace.